I'm back and I have a lot on my mind. I wanted to get in touch with you guys because I am in shock and I'm kind of sad. I ended up calling off the wedding and I have been having some problems with my ex-fiance that I still live with him. He wants to work things out and give things another try, but it's really hard for me to want to try to work things out when I was planning a wedding for us, and he didn't really show his emotions about that. He was more focused on, how do I tell my family, like, what if my family doesn't want me? Like, he didn't really stand up for himself, and he has issues with sarcasm, and I don't like sarcasm. I don't find it funny. I find it very confusing, and after the research I did today, narcissistic people that are sarcastic, that type of sarcasm is emotionally traumatizing, and it's also a form of torture and abuse. And so, my goal was not to make him feel bad and intentionally guilt trip him. And there was a few times where he said things to hurt me, and I didn't realize until later on that he didn't actually mean those things, that he was just trying to hurt me. And I don't like that, because that's not the foundation of a good relationship. The wedding was still on after I had the miscarriage, but I canceled the wedding because I started working at a fast food restaurant to save up money for a honeymoon trip for us. And as I'm working, this job, I haven't worked there very long, and I scheduled a wedding dress appointment. Now, my boyfriend was not going to pay for my wedding dress. A father figure wanted to pay for it for me as a gift. So I was like, multiple times before I even set up the appointment, I asked Sean, I said, let's go to David's Bridal, I really want to try on dresses. And he didn't have the excitement for that. He didn't really care. He didn't seem like he cared. And I wouldn't say he came up with excuses, but he never agreed to go. He was always like, no, like, not today. And one thing that was really cool was my mom and I got a lot closer through this situation. Like, her and I became more close. I never knew that she would be so involved and supportive. So she was sending us nice things for the wedding ceremony. Like, I wanted to get married in a church or like a chapel with nice stained glass windows, and he really wanted to get married in front of his pond. And I decided that, we can do that. It wasn't like he wanted to go look at churches with me and find a place to do it. He didn't even go to church with me for like a month, and that made me feel unsupported. So I kind of just started to give up, and I was like, fine, let's just do it in front of the pond. But if we're going to have an outdoor wedding, we need to have like an arch and a white thing of cloth that you walk down at like an aisle. We're going to have to rent tables and chairs and, make it look like a wedding. I don't want to do it half-assed. I want it to be nice. And so I came around to the pond idea because, like, some people dream about their wedding their whole life, and they think, oh, I always wanted to get married in a church. That's how it was for me. Well, his dream was to get married in front of the pond. So I, was willing to compromise. But then there was like a few moments where I was like really excited. Well, there was lots of moments where I was really excited and talkative about, this color flowers or that or whatever. And we were in the kitchen and I brought things up to him and I was like, "Are you excited?" Like blah blah blah. And sarcastically he pretends to be excited, like with this attitude-y tone of voice that didn't seem genuine, because sarcasm is not genuine. It's not like when you are being nice to someone, you don't mock them with sarcasm. So he acted excited in a sarcastic way, and I was so fucking confused. I was like, wait, is he not excited? Is he excited? Like, I want to know the truth. I don't want to marry somebody that is just marrying me for, like, the fuck of it. I just was really confused. So I basically I started losing my joy with him. I started losing my connection, and now we're like in this awkward just friends. We're just friends again. And what kind of really upset me was when I called the wedding off, I was pissed and fed up and upset and irritated. And instead of letting me express all of my feelings, he kept trying to ask me, like, what can I do to fix things? I can change, blah, 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 blah. And I was just, like, feeling like this is the wrong time to try to fix things. Like, right now, you should be letting me express myself and not so eager to, like, he was worried about losing me. He was worried about, and I remember at one point, before I called the wedding off, he kind of like let his emotions come out a little bit, and he said that part of him was scared to get married because he didn't want me to cheat on him later on down the road, or like leave him down the road. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, if I want to marry someone, cheating on them is not my goal. Like, that's not part of who I am. That's not why I would marry someone. So I was just like, wow, like, your mind is going there. You're not even, like, excited about the ceremony. Really pissed me off. Because, like, I wasn't marrying him and worried about him cheating on me. That's not how I felt. But I think I was really wanting to get married because I was like pregnant 2 months, and then I had like this giant chunk of my uterus come out, like it was like a huge blood clot, and then at first I wanted to deny that it was a miscarriage because I didn't want to believe that. That's not what we planned on. We planned on raising this kid together and working through the hard times or our differences or whatever. And so now I feel, I don't want to cry. Now I feel like I deserve better almost. I feel like I just want to pack my shit up and move back to the Bay Area where I could have like my friends that I've known for a while. And there's like positives to moving back, and then there's negatives. Like, I don't necessarily have a place to move over there. I don't have enough money to just move over there. Like, I would have to get a flight for myself, a flight for my dog. Would have to figure out how to get all of my stuff from here to there. I just don't know what to do or what to even think. Like, I feel so in shock that, like, my family members already got flights for the wedding. Like, my mom already paid for the invitations and the cake, and she, like, bought me 3 pairs of shoes. I mean, I don't know why she bought me so many shoes. But she was getting excited. I mean, at first she didn't want me to be with him because he is overweight. And even though she thought I could do better, she still honored my decision, and she was still excited for me, and getting involved and getting, helping out. And I really thought that was just the coolest thing, because I never thought that my mom would, like, give a shit. And so now I, like, don't trust him with my heart. I don't even want to have sex anymore, because I'm not going to have a kid with someone that I'm not getting married to. I just feel very alone. And I also feel frustrated because I got comfortable on this property. We got baby chickens, and they are now giving us eggs. And then we got more baby chickens, and there's this little one that's like the runt. And I really love her a lot because she's just a really cool creature to connect with. I mean, if I leave, it would be probably kind of difficult for me to live. I mean, I would have to get an apartment, and my dog would go back to the same lifestyle that he had before, and I don't really, like, feel happy about that for him. I mean, he has a whole bunch of land and a pond to go outside and enjoy right now. So, also, food is cheaper over here. There's space to grow food. If I live in an apartment, it's very difficult to have a garden when you don't have dirt or land. And I really just didn't feel valued or special as much as I should have, like, and I think it's because Sean didn't love himself fully. So, like, I even wanted him to become part of my vlogs and my YouTube channel. I mean, I know he was in, like, a few videos, but he didn't really say anything. It was more so, like, me vlogging, and he, like, was in the distance. And I kept bringing up that I wanted him to be in a video with me, and he just didn't, I mean, he didn't put in the energetic vibration of, like, yeah, let's do it. And I love making YouTube videos and sharing my journey with you guys, and I love the positive comments that I receive and the support, and, like, I love having connection to my YouTube family because it makes me feel less alone. And yeah, it's just hard. Like, the main issue with Sean was that he was having a hard time telling his family that we were going to get married. He didn't tell his family. So, until he didn't tell his family, and then I called the wedding off because, like, I was just so fed up that, if your family is the issue, then don't fucking invite them. Like, I told my family, and I stood up for you, even when my family said, oh, you could find someone with better genetics. Like, I was like, everybody has unique genetics. How can you be so shallow? Like, that's not what this is about. It's about love and connection and care, and it's about the relationship. But he didn't invest himself into the relationship the way I did, so I started to feel not valued. I brought up, hey, let's go borrow a paddle boat from your uncle, and go in the pond and get a leg workout, because paddle boat works out your legs. And he just always was like, no, I don't feel like doing that. No. Instead of explaining to me, hey, my uncle and I had an argument, a few years ago, and I don't feel comfortable borrowing a boat from him anymore. Like, I just felt the whole time like my wants and desires were not important, and it was only about what he wanted to do. That's how I started to feel. And now all I want to do is sleep and smoke weed and just not participate in life, because I feel like a fool for laying my love out and not receiving the same reciprocation. I wrote a lot of poetry. I saw a side of myself come out in this relationship that I never got to meet, that I have not met before, and it was really cool. But now that I called the wedding off and I made it clear to him that I didn't feel valued or acknowledged, now I just feel like I have to fucking go home. And I don't know if I should or shouldn't go home. Like, it's so difficult. But I'm trying to just not overanalyze everything, because I don't want to be angry with myself for giving someone a chance that I did not think I would give a chance. This was one of the first relationships where we became friends for a while, a long while before we dated. And it's just hard feeling alone and not knowing what to do next. I mean, like, it's just so difficult. I don't even know what else to say for this video. I just want to be happy, and I want to feel like I deserve. I want the person I'm with to honor my desires. Like, I just believe that I should be with someone who honors my desires and values, well, not values, but there's this saying, don't ever let anyone make you feel like you don't deserve what you want. And that's important. And there was a few times where we were like in the dollar store, and I like wanted to buy an item, and he was paying, and he got angry about something that was just really not, in my opinion, not a big deal to get angry about. Like, it just kind of shocked me. So yeah, I'm pretty upset, but I'm also very hopeful. Like, I need to just relax right now and become more financially stable, so that if I do decide to move back, I can. And yeah, I'm currently looking for a higher paying job, so please say a little prayer for me, because I appreciate it. And before I was, like, when I moved in with him, I was not interested in dating him, because I was talking to this guy in Canada who is a pedophile hunter. We were talking and we kind of liked each other, and so I thought that I would just, save up and move over there potentially. And I never gave that guy a chance. I ended up giving Sean a chance. So part of me feels like a fool for not sticking to that plan, because I was very happy when I thought about the guy in Canada, and when I gave Sean a chance, I felt kind of torn, like, but I was happy. I was very happy. I thought that, I thought that things would just be great. And so he's got some issues he's got to deal with that were effect from his childhood, like the sarcasm. People that are sarcastic have a lot of deep wounds that they are not being vulnerable with, and it's not attractive to be dealing with sarcasm. And he said to me, I have weird humor. And I said, no, sarcasm is not weird humor. It's a form of covering up your pain. Like, if someone is sarcastic to me, they're making me feel pain so they don't have to feel their pain. And it's a very mentally manipulative tactic. And I'm really glad that I've researched it today and learned more about it, because now I can be more aware for myself. So when I have that type of behavior come up again, I can ask the person questions. Why that didn't strike me as funny. Why are you, being sarcastic right now? How do you actually feel? What's hurting you? I don't want, if we're going to be roommates, he wants to get back together. I just don't know what I want. So I am glad, though, that I stood up for myself and said I'm not going to get married because I don't feel valued, or I feel like I'm the only person taking this wedding seriously. And he eventually told me that he wasn't happy or being involved because he didn't feel comfortable telling his family. He also didn't be upfront and honest with me about what he really wanted. He told me that he didn't want to have a legal marriage and just have a ceremony in the eyes of God. And I was okay with that, but I did want a legal marriage. And then after when we were arguing, after I ended everything, he was like, well, I was lying to my family and it was going to be a fake wedding anyway. And I'm just like, wow, you viewed it as a fake wedding? Like, I never looked at it like that. So how could you have been feeling all those ways and not be upfront with me? Like, if someone's going to become your wife, you want to be able to talk to them about everything, not hide them. And he told me, oh, I wasn't telling you because I didn't want to hurt your feelings. And I told him, I said, dude, it hurts so much more now. Like, if you would have told me, hey, I don't want to get married because it's too soon. I want to date for like 2 years or a year before we think about marriage. Like, I would have been understanding. I would have been like, yeah, that's a smart idea. Maybe we should do that. That sucks because I really want to do it now, but that's smart. Let's, not rush into things. He could have been honest with me. I didn't know that he felt that way, so I, planned the ceremony and was excited and was, dreaming. I started dreaming about all these things, and if he would have been honest with me back then, I probably wouldn't have broke up with him. it hurts more to find those things out later on. Made me not feel sexually attracted to him anymore. It made me feel like I trusted you with my vagina and you didn't even tell me how you actually felt when it comes to marriage details. Like, that's a crucial thing. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna end this video because it's sad and depressing, and I will see you guys later. Love you.